All right, so for those of you playing along at home, thank you for staying home. I'm sure your parents are just overly aware, and that's good. I'm not saying overly as a bad thing. An abundance of caution is a good thing right now. So right now we are trying to get onto the Khan Academy class that will exist for us. Let me, before we go any further, and especially for the people on the video to hear, I'm not having you join a class so I can assign you work. I'm not. Why I'm having you join a class is so I can easily connect with you and see your data. Okay, so when you go to khanacademy.org, it's going to have you log in with Google. Then, if you change the word, like the text up top, to khanacademy.org/join, like right up here, if you change that to /join. No. It's going to ask you for a class code. Please, everybody, get to this screen.
Okay.
Our class code is this.
Is it capital letters?
Yes, but I don't think it matters.
Oh yeah.
96 PTYQ 4S.
I joined the class. Oh, I successfully joined. Invalid class code.
I think you're invalid.
PT. Oh, I did it.
I did it. I did it.
Mr. Hudson, it says it's wrong.
96 PTYQ 4S.
Okay, I got it.
P as in potatoes.
I got it.
T as in tomatoes. Y as in your tomatoes. Q as in Q-matoes.
Or as in four tomatoes.
No, four tomatoes.
Now, has everybody typed in that code? I'm going to take a quick lap to see what things look like.
We each get one a day, aka 2 goes into 1 day.
Are we helping? Now, here's the part I'm worried about. You're not going to log into Khan Academy and look for something that is assigned to you. What you're going to do is work at your own pace. So, what my expectation will be, if we are expecting you to work online, which we will inform you through Schoology and probably really at the end of the day, is that when you come into Schoology, everybody click the courses button at the top left. And that's not your classes, that's not me, that's everything, sorry, not Schoology, everything Khan Academy has to offer. So if you get bored, which you probably will, because you're not supposed to go like out and about because we're practicing social distancing. So if you go out and about, go to like a park or somewhere outside, but don't go to like laser tag or things like that. Like that's probably a bad idea right now. You're putting a lot of effort into whatever you're doing, and I'm afraid you're not listening. So from here, click on 7th grade, and everyone will probably have a different percentage or no percentage. But if you get bored, there's all kinds of other stuff you can do, but we're going math by grade, 7th grade, click on it.
What percent is good?
Well, I'm only at 2%, so.
I meant 10%.
So if you did anything over the summer, or if you've done Khan Academy before, you might have a percentage. But if you did Khan Academy before under a different username, your data's not in here. Now, your percent doesn't matter because you'll quickly get through things. What I want you to find is there should be something that says mission. Hopefully. If not, raise your hand so I can come look at what your screen looks like, because we'll probably just have you click on whatever get started thing there is, but we want to try to see if there's missions. So everyone, hold on a second, take your hands off your keyboard. My request, because I keep kind of prepping it, that's Kevin, is that you would work for 20 to 30 minutes a day, like school day, engaged with the math. I'm not going to say you have to do this lesson or this thing or whatever, because we all have our own strengths and weaknesses. So Zach says I need to work on proportions. He can practice proportions. But if Lydia wants to work on two-step equation solving, they don't need to do the same thing. right? It doesn't matter.
It's just math.
So this is where Khan is very self-tailored, and I kind of like it better than the normal classroom teaching. Like, not better than, but if we have to go online, it doesn't make sense for me to make Chalk Talk videos and still have us all doing the same thing. You all have different strengths and weaknesses. This is how we can address those strengths and weaknesses. So if you have mission, click it and just start working on it. Just see the sort of stuff it's going to have you do. If you don't have mission, let me come around and see what you have.
I don't.
Probably because you've worked on it some before.
I think I like.
You could try the course challenge, and from there it will tailor what you need to do, or you could just do the continue, because what you were doing was this. That's what you last practiced. Did you get to this just from doing this?
There is no 6.
Yeah, you might as well just do the continue. Now you could continue in various areas. You could pick to work on other stuff, but that's what it's telling you is next up for you to practice. Yeah, probably. So guys, if you don't have mission showing up, it's probably because you've worked before and you like were working on a specific practice activity.
Yeah, I had 10%.
Courses?
I
Like
was
7.
Oh yeah, I did. You said. I'm just proud of
Now, actually, especially if the practice seems too easy, I'm going to answer essentially both of your questions right here up at the board. Especially if the practice seems too easy, scroll down to the bottom where it says course challenge. By this point in the year, you know most of the 7th grade standards. You could go ahead and go to the course challenge, and from there, based on your mistakes, it will tell you what you still should practice. But if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can go practice individual skills. Now, in each of the individual skills section, everybody should be looking up here, but of course this video will get posted, whatever. If I go into negative numbers, addition, and subtraction, and hopefully it's loading something.
I've gotten like more
I'm
than
doing that
halfway
right
through that.
now.
Notice up here, if you click on that area, I'm now in negative numbers, addition and subtraction, which we did back earlier in the year. I can go down this screen and look for, here's my up next, get 5 of 7 questions to level up, and then that shows mastery of that skill. Or if I come all the way down to the bottom of this screen, there's quizzes. If you feel like you already know that skill, please do not waste your time practicing stuff we already know. I know it will look like, okay, I did Khan Academy for a half hour. But guys, do not, I'm avoiding using bad words, do not like waste away this like little break that you have. Please don't just sit at home like on Fortnite or whatever. Like, you want to keep learning. Do not think, oh, it's summer now. Like, we're not going to be directly there like making you do stuff or even directly there asking you to do stuff. It'll be very remote, very disconnected, so it's easy to forget about stuff. But guys, challenge yourself. Come into these individual sections, and if you want, if you think you're a pretty big rock star, go into each section and just go straight to the unit test. Go straight down to the bottom, start the unit test. So like with addition and subtraction of negative numbers, we should all be able to get most of these right. There's 18 questions, and it should take me 20 to 25 minutes. That's what you want to be working through while we're away from the buildings.
What about the test?
So that I'm going to give you guys back, and that's just yours to work on. And then when we come back, if we get to a weird point where it's like we're not coming back or whatever else, I might ask that you or your parents send pictures of it so I can give feedback to you. But that's going to be really hard. So I wanted to make sure that we're all comfortable with Khan Academy. But then we're going to work on your test right now.
What if we have like a question on the test when
Text
we're
me.
at home?
Yeah, text me. I might make little Chalk Talk videos. 11's kind of pretty hard. So is 12 and 13. I'm already preparing stuff to take home, guys. So like I'm not planning on this being a break. I plan on being away from people. But first off, this is my desk from home. So I got to figure out how I'm going to have a desk at home. But I plan on like essentially laying these out on a desk to like make a whole Chalk Talk area and mounting my document camera to be able to film little videos at home and post them for you guys so that we can help. So I've got a rainbow of Expo markers in here. We're getting ready to go. It will be okay. So text me. You may not get an immediate response, but I might be like, okay, by tomorrow I'll make a video and post it. Because it'll take me a little bit of time.
Yeah, okay.
And if my videos have dog noises in them and stuff, that just is going to happen.
Oh, you should bring your dog up on the screen
Normally they won't leave me alone, so yeah, that'll probably happen. So that is the Khan Academy stuff. If you really want, when we go back to 7th grade,
I have 1,160.
course challenge, right? If you think at this point you've like learned pretty much most everything from 7th grade, 30 questions, 45 minutes, try it. Now, the thing with these challenges is when you get in here, these are not like the other ones where it's like stuck, I need a help, or give me a hint, or show me a video. This is the challenge, right? So it's not going to give you the help tools. You could try to seek help on your own, like Google in another tab or whatever, or if you get things wrong here, it will help feed into the algorithm of what should you work on. Does that make sense, Nick?
If we do everything, it's like.
Yeah, your end goal really, especially if we're not coming back to school, would be to get to 100% for 7th grade. That would be your true end goal.
And if we do that, can we just like be good?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. If you get to that point, I would honestly move on to 8th grade and keep your skills strong. And that's not to like, as a punishment or any like you must do work, but like you just want to keep your brain strong. If you don't apply skills, yeah, kind of waste it away. Nick again.
And then like, will it just be like your literally thing you'll be doing? Like.
Me for math? Yeah, essentially.
So you're not gonna like do like, you're not gonna say this is CC2 7.1.
No, I think it's more. I think it's more productive if we do things like this. So let's say I'm working in statistics and probability. There we go. And I decide I'm gonna do a quiz here. Notice that here I don't really have any like help tools. But if I wasn't in a quiz, say I'd actually gone through here and I was doing a practice activity, in the practice activity, I have stuck, watch a video or use a hint, and I have forget it, I'm out of here, go back to the lesson page. This is like the abort button. This is like, I came here to practice, I need to abort and go back to the lesson and review what in the world it is we're talking about. So then it goes to the lesson page, normally has an accompanying video, stuck, watch a video, and Khan, well, you won't be able to hear this very well because my computer hooked up over there. Khan's videos are great. They're better than what I can make, although mine will probably be like a whiteboard video as opposed to like the computer video. But like, it is exactly what I would do. And guys, I will readily admit, I've stolen a bunch of my strategies from Sal Khan. Like, I have been watching Khan Academy videos for probably 15 to 20 years. Because I used to watch them when I was in like middle school, high school, because that was when he was first really getting stuff rolling. If you needed math help, he was one of the first places where you could get it for free. Like Sal Khan, started this website on his own. Now he's got a whole team of people and a whole thing. But he has said it will always be free. Yeah.
It's free on your end too.
Mm-hmm. It's free for everyone.
Oh, that's cool.
He said like their goal is anyone anywhere can learn anything for free. That's their mission statement. Is we want anyone anywhere to be able to learn anything for free.
How do they keep it like?
They probably have donations.
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
right there.
Yeah. I've donated before. They do a annual pledge drive where they're like, look, we know teachers don't make much. Can you give us $10? So that is Khan Academy. If you've never used it or just haven't used it very much. Then what I did. So if you want to fill things in. Then after I watch this video, then normally, well, okay, so things have changed a little bit. On the left-hand side here is where you would go to your next things. Notice the pencil is like practice. The play thing is just videos. So if I'm in a video and I want to go do the practice, like this is just people commenting and asking questions and like people that work on the Khan Academy team answer their questions. So if you're at all iffy on things, it's really interesting to read through the questions that other people have. Like, why isn't the probability of rolling 2 doubles 1 out of 36? Probability of rolling any number is 1/6.
5 years ago.
Yeah, but like, because this has been up for a while,
Yeah,
right?
that makes
And then they responded, right? So the amount of doubles options, the amount of rolling a 1 and a 1 is 1 out of 36. But I could have a 1 and a 1, or a 2 and a 2, or a 3 and a 3. So if we're talking about Monopoly, and I forget if that's what they talk about up here, but doubles put you in jail, right? Or something. Maybe. No, I don't know. Certain games, doubles do certain things, right? If you roll doubles, something happens. So that's what they're talking about here. Any set of doubles. So there's actually like 6 possibilities out of the 36, making it actually come out to a simplified probability of 1/6. Guys, I really, really like Khan Academy. If we didn't have curriculum in Worthington, like CPM, because I like CPM, I would probably do this. I would probably use Khan Academy. So you come to courses, you go to the grades you want, you click on it, and you either click mission or you click the next thing. And honestly, this whole like mastery, if a mastery challenge pops up here, it thinks you're ready to try mastery on stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So if a mastery challenge pops up, I would say try it. Any other questions about what we would be doing over that little break time? So for now, your test is high priority because if we can get these done, we would like to. So if you're close to being done with your test, you could keep your Chromebook. I'm sorry. Morgan, Rhea, nope. Lydia. Don't ask me questions. I don't know answers. I'll go ask other people questions if you would like, but where's Toby? She's just not here. I can't believe I didn't notice that.
And Molly.
Hey, so I will post that video on my Schoology, but if friends text you or whatever, like, what did we miss today? Just let them know we're gonna do Khan Academy. They can go watch that video if they want, like, a briefing on what we're gonna do. No Araya, no Toby, no Molly.
Nobody wants to do this.
Actually, I don't really know what I would have done if I was a parent. Alright, so, last thing for people at home. Don't worry about the test. If you don't have it with you, we'll deal with that later when we get back. Try to do some Khan Academy. Are you done, Meredith?
Oh, sorry.
You're fine. I was just trying to make announcements, like just staring at the webcam, and you just go sharpen your pencil. That's essentially it. Do Khan Academy. We'll try to master that stuff. I had somebody this morning ask me, like, well, what are we missing? Like, what aren't, like, say we don't come back, right? Because you guys like to play the what if game. So let's play the what if game real quick for a second, just to show you guys, like, what's what. Chapter 7, which is our next chapter, is all about proportions and percents, which we've already done. We've already done a lot of this, and this is essentially what this says, is like, this is essentially review. So in chapter 4, we did a lot with proportions and percents. The biggest thing with proportions and percents is just to set up equivalent ratios. So always remember that when we have a ratio equal to a ratio, like a fraction equal to a fraction, let's say A over B is equal to some C over D, the only way we can go from left to right is multiplication or division, right? Those are our only options. So multiplying by 2 would be the same thing as dividing by half, or flip that, multiplying by half is the same thing as dividing by 2, right? But no addition, subtraction. This works for percents and for proportions. Lily?
Don't you have to do the same thing on top and bottom?
Yes, but that is the same thing. Multiplying by 2 and dividing by a half is actually the same. But if we switch them and say divide by 2 and times 1/2, that's still the same thing. Because think about half of what you have, divide by 2. But now normally we wouldn't write it like this. We would write times 1/2 and times 1/2. Right? So that's just review for that, chapter 7. Chapter 8 is statistics and angles. So statistics is what we've been talking about when we talk about like probability. Statistics is when you sample people, right? When you survey, or not even just people, but when you sample stuff, you collect, analyze, and describe data, is essentially statistics. So that, then the angle relationships, guys, if there was one thing that I would have you practice because we haven't done it in class, we haven't done a lot of geometry yet. So if you were asking me, like, what should I practice that we haven't done enough practice of, that's also chapter 9. Chapter 9 is circles and volume. It's all geometry. So I would, if I was you, practice angle relationships and other geometric topics. So if we go back to 7th grade Khan Academy, fractions, decimals, and percentages, that would be good. That's what chapter 7 is going to cover. Rates and proportional relationships, that's also chapter 7. Expressions, equations, inequalities, that's the test we're taking right now, is expressions, equations, inequality. And then, guys, geometry down here and stats and probability. I would practice these 2 sections. Notice that they're at the bottom. They're normally at the end of the school year. That's getting jacked up for us. So these are the things I would practice. Missing angle problems. That's exactly what that chapter talks about. And actually, Khan Academy, this whole slicing geometric shapes, I like how Khan Academy does that almost better than CPM. I don't even really use what CPM does. I more so talk about like lightsabers, and if you like slice a person this way versus this way versus this way, like the different, like that's what we call a cross section. So that's slices are cross sections. Aside from that, unless anyone has any questions, I think we'll just take the rest of the time to work on the mastery.
Okay, thank you.
And if you finish the mastery, work on Khan Academy. People from home, keep your distance from anybody else. Be well, take care of yourself.